Ever feel like you do all the right things, you show up to work, you stay busy, you do all the stuff, you get up, but you still feel down, and it feels like you're not really going anywhere? You know what? It's not lazy, it's stagnation. And that's one of the biggest dangers. It's one of the most dangerous states that we fall into, stagnation, because stagnation and trauma feel safe, but it quietly kills our energy, our creativity, and your confidence. Today, I want to show you what happens and how you can use intention to break free from it. Now, I went to the Summit of Greatness in last month. I was there, and I was in the process. I was learning about and hearing Brendan Burchard. He's one of the best speakers in the world, and he said one thing: if you want better, you must become better. And it kind of hit me, and I thought, how can my clients, the people who have lived with trauma, how can you become better? And what hit me is it's not just about goals or ambition, it's about intention. Intention is the energy behind everything we do. It's the difference between moving but because life pushes us to move, and because we want to choose to move. But you know what? Here's the truth. And after trauma, intention feels really hard. Our body learns to associate stillness with safety, staying at home with security. We stay in familiar routines because it feels kind of predictable. And that's why so many trauma survivors will say to us, I feel stuck. I feel stuck. And they stay stuck for a very long time. But it's not weakness. It's a learned survival pattern. And the way out isn't through pressure or willpower. It's through consciousness, grounded in repeated intentional tasks, working intentionally with the points or the parts of the brain that are just overwhelmed, burnt out, that have been deeply traumatized. And you know what? Yes, it can take time, but intention isn't just setting a goal or writing an affirmation or listening to podcast or going to yoga. It's a conscious commitment to move forward bit by bit by bit. And sometimes the puzzle pieces just take us a bit longer. But the minute our brain and body feels clarity, focus, and we can start to have intention in our heart, we can say, this is who I choose to be today. This is who I am moving towards. When we set intention, like the intention of being this new person, this is the intention of the person I want to be, our brain starts to really create a path that has a specific outcome, because we can be in the wilderness for ages. We can literally prime our nervous systems to follow through, not to be stuck anymore, because stuck is just simple biology. But what happens when we become stagnated? Stagnation happens when our intention goes missing, and we stop to choose, and we just start and we continue to exist. And often it's because fear takes over, the fear of failing, fear of judgment, fear that we'll never make it anyway. People are never going to give us that opportunity. We get really comfortable with familiarity, and man, that is painful. But what we don't realize is that stagnation just drains us of joy, and it slowly, and it dulls our motivation, and it takes the joy out of life, and we have no self-belief, and it just tells you that you're kind of going to have to live with it. But it's wrong. No. And if you recognize that heavy, flat feeling that, oh, I'm just done, I'm done feeling this way, then we know that you are ready to move out of stagnation. And you know what? It's not who you really are. It's what happened to you not because of who you are. It was done to you, not because of who you are. It's not your fault, but it can be temporary. It is temporary. And once you reignite intention and you know where you're going, that's when you start to move forward. So here's a really quick practice that I teach in some of my sessions. It's called intentional movement process. I use this in my group program, and everybody in my program has contact with me, all my fellow coaches and therapists. We have a program where we give you one-to-one. Yes, we're group, but actually you have your own coach, you have your own therapist. And there are 4 simple steps we do. We ask you at times to pause intentionally and to acknowledge where you are. Sometimes we've just got to take a breath, and sometimes we've got to stay stuck for a period of time. And sometimes we don't quite sure how long that's going to be, and then we move forward. We don't judge, we just create awareness. Then we teach clarifying your intention, like, what do I choose to do? What do I choose to do differently? What do I say? I intend to speak up. I intend to move my body. I intend to heal. So it creates flow, and flow creates momentum, and momentum is where we need to be. And then we ask you to take one micro action a day. And you might not even be knowing that you were doing these micro actions, but you do it because actually our body is set up to have micro intentions. So something as small as saying, no, I know that this isn't happening. Maybe I have no emotional connection to what I'm feeling. Okay, that is fine. Maybe we've dissociated so much that your body's just decided, no way am I going back anywhere. I'm having no emotion. It's fine. We just need to create the momentum steps to move through it. And lastly, we ask to reflect. At the end of the day, we need to ask ourselves, did I act on one micro step today? And what did I learn from it? And that is how we build momentum. And that's how we create small intention to act. And once we've got that covered, we can really start to make progress. We can then start to work on flashbacks. For some clients who I've worked one-to-one with, it might take 6 or 8 months just to get to that point, because I'm kind of only seeing you maybe every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. That's why our group program is so hugely supportive, and it works so well, is I'm seeing you all the time. We have contact all the time, twice a week, plus our one-to-one sessions. So what we've covered is intention gives life direction. It gives you that meaning. Stagnation will happen when fear replaces intention. And trauma can make stagnation feel real. It's your everyday. You're living it. You are living it. And it just slows everything down. And what we want to do is small, deliberate actions that we can start to feel momentum and build it up. So intention isn't about speed. It's about direction. It is about direction, not leaping forward, not moving in big strips, just movement and purposeful. Now, if you're watching this because you are feeling stuck in your trauma response, your body, or whatever it is your symptoms are, just set one intention for today. And it could be something as small as, like, I'm going to intend to speak really kindly to myself, or I'm just going to take it one step at a time. Now, if you're interested in our program, well, come and find out more. Why don't you come and book your consultation with me? Come and book your consultation. Let's talk about what you feel like. And that's just one step you need to do. Have a super amazing day.